Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this Valentine's look. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I put my headband down so I have my hair out of the way, and I'm just going to do like a glam Valentine's look. So I don't have any makeup on right now, which is really scary for me because I've always struggled with acne and acne scars. But I think it's really important, and I really want to be that person that is very real with you guys. And growing up, I never had like someone on YouTube to watch that didn't have perfect skin, and that was always like really hard for me because I just compared myself all the time. So this is me. Here I am, 2020, self-love, self-acceptance. So to start with, I've already like done moisturizer and everything, and I'm just gonna jump right into foundation. And today I'm gonna use this Juvia's Place foundation. This is super full coverage, so you do not need a lot. It can get to be a little bit cakey, so just be careful with it. And to make it a little less coverage, I'm gonna put some Sephora glow drops in it. This is in the shade Morning Light, and then mix it on the back of my hand. So putting this in it is going to just really help sheer it out just a little bit. It's still gonna have a lot of coverage, but it's not gonna be as like cakey looking. And I know this shade does not like match me perfectly, but normally I'm a little bit tanner and we'll just make it work. So I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just start buffing this in the skin. And if you're trying to get coverage out of a foundation, you're gonna wanna do stippling motions, which is, you guys trying to talk while I'm like beating my faces really hard. But if you want more coverage, then do a stippling motion like I'm doing, where I'm pressing it into my skin. Make sure you go down your neck, you guys, like do a double chin and get your neck, because we don't want any lines. And then also make sure you get your ears. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like. It's really nice, full coverage, and you can get it at Ulta. Okay, so we're gonna go in with concealer now. My favorite concealer right now is this Morphe one. I'm in the shade C1.65, and I'm gonna use this to highlight. It has a little bit of like a peachy undertone in it. So when I highlight, I'm gonna hit the inner corner, because that's where a lot of your dark circle will show up. And I'm just gonna do a little bit all the way up my cheek, because highlighting is gonna bring it forward. And I already have big cheekbones, but highlighting is gonna bring things forward, contouring will suck them in. And I'm going to hit just a little bit up here. And this shade isn't like a super highlighting shade for me, but I don't really want like a drastic highlight when I'm like more pale. And for me, I've noticed that I get more coverage under my eyes when I let it sit a little bit and dry, and also when I use a different brush. So I'm going to blend out the rest of it. And you don't want to like swipe. When you're swiping, you're taking product off with you. You want to dab. I hate myself. Okay, you want to, actually though, you want to dab with your brush. I'm gonna go in with this brush, which is not meant for this normally, but I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna just lightly dab right here. I like this brush better because I feel like I get more coverage out of it, and I want the most coverage right here in this inner circle. Okay, so that's our base. We're gonna set now. I'm gonna be using this CoverGirl banana powder after I drink some of it, inhale it. And I'm just gonna take a dry Real Techniques sponge that is disgusting right now. If you have dry skin, I would just be careful with baking, because it's gonna soak up a lot more oil. It's actually really good for oily skin, because it, like I said, is gonna like soak up a lot of that excess oil. And we're gonna let this sit. I'm gonna do my brows. If you guys watched my favorites video, you have seen this already, which if you haven't, I'll leave it in the description box. I use this e.l.f. pomade, and I set them in place with this Essence brow gel, and then I use this is like the really tiny Anastasia. So I'm gonna just start by combing them up. It's still gonna help me so that when I go in, I can fill in the sparse areas. And if you guys want like a brow tutorial, let me know, but right now, just for like time purposes, I'm just gonna fill them in. Okay, brows are on, and I'm going to wipe away my bake now, and I'm just gonna use the same brush that I did my concealer with. And again, when we're wiping this away, we're not gonna like dig into our skin, because then you're gonna take the products underneath it off with you, and we don't want to do that. I'm going to take the KKW contour stick and I have the shade medium. So normally I would do my concealer and my cream contour at the same time and then bake, but since I am ditzy and forgot I was gonna even do that, we're gonna just go over it, which I didn't bake like down here, so it should be okay. And I just take this Sephora Pro brush. It's like a skinny brush, and I'm gonna actually just like go like this and put it right on my brush, because I feel like when I draw on my face, sometimes it can like leave more of a harsh line. When we're contouring, see those like shadows? That's where you're gonna hit. You don't wanna go too low because this is bringing your cheekbones up. So start back here and place it, and like I said before, we're going to do stippling motions. When you're blending, if anything, blend it upward, because like I said, we don't want to blend anything downward because that will pull your face down. See the difference though? Oh, I love it. I'm gonna put some more on my brush. Then we're gonna hit the temple. When we're bronzing or contouring, we're gonna do a 3E motion. That's where we're gonna hit it. So now I'm gonna bring this up here and bring it right into your hairline, you guys, and on your temple. Depending on how big your forehead is and like what you're trying to change about your face, if your forehead is bigger, bring your bronzer down further, because like I said, contour is taking things away. Then for our jawline, I kind of like jut mine out a little bit so I can see it, and I'm gonna go like right under it, and I'm gonna jut out and go back here. Okay, this is just gonna give a shadow. Okay, so do you see the difference on this side versus this side? And then also bring it down your neck. I'm also gonna contour my nose at the top of my brows up here and draw two, what are those lines called? Parallel. I should go back to high school. Parallel lines, okay? Now is when I would take my powder and go over everything, because if you're gonna put powder bronzer on, you don't want your skin to be like sticky or wet at all. Okay, so for the eye look today, I'm going to just use this beautiful Huda Beauty. All I'm doing is putting a crease color in, so like you could literally use whatever you want. Sandalwood, which is just like a light neutral brown with a big fluffy brush. And just put that in my crease. And what I like to do is blend it out a little bit, like take it out like a wing, because I'm gonna be doing a wing right now. Then I'm gonna grab this Demure shade, which is this middle one, and I'm just gonna put that a little bit lower in my crease. So I'm gonna grab an eyelash glue, and it comes with a little wand, and I'm gonna draw my wing on with this. See it? We're gonna put this NYX hot pink glitter over it. Okay, but like look how pretty. I'm just gonna do my brow highlight, these two light shades. Ooh, pretty. And I'm also gonna hit my inner corner with that. Okay, so I went ahead and put on mascara on the top in my lashes. Ardell Wispies in the 113 style. I'm gonna be using this NYX bronzer in the shade medium. So with this, we're basically gonna go over where we put our first cream contour, and I like to stamp it on a little bit first and then lightly blend. Next, I want to add a little bit of a shimmer. This is the Lorac Tantalizer. It's like a really pretty shimmery like red toned, so this is going to be just like a bronzer, and you're just going to use like a big fluffy brush with this. You don't want anything that's going to pack it on. I'm just gonna swirl my brush in here and snap out the excess, and then I'm just gonna hit more up here by my cheekbones. But like look how pretty of a glow. And hit your cheekbones. I go over my nose with it. Just kind of everywhere. Now let's do some blush. I love blush. I'm obsessed with blush. I might just use this Kylie one. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty. I'm gonna use my Bobbi Brown blush brush. Ooh, that was hard to say. Which is my favorite. It's expensive, but I love it. And what I do is I start back here on my cheekbones, so like right on these cheekbones, kind of like where you would put your highlighter, and I'm gonna stamp this on all the way back to my hairline. Now let's do some highlighter. First what I'm gonna do is spray my face with this Morphe setting spray. It smells so good, you guys. Highlighter, I'm using Jaclyn Hill, I just had to, in the shade Extra. Just felt very fitting. And this is so pigmented, you guys, so I'm literally gonna take what's in the cap of it with this Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush too, GHO7, and I'm gonna just like dip into the slightest bit of this. We're gonna hit just the top of our cheekbone. Up. Are you kidding me? It's so pretty, you guys. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. This stuff will last you like literally forever because it's so pigmented. You barely need any. Go over it a little bit with my blush brush just to like get it all blended in, and do a little bit on my nose, which I think is cute, and then I like to go up my bridge too. And the reason I do this is because my nose is like a little bit flat on the side, so this is gonna give the illusion that it's like a little bit higher on my face. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm gonna grab that palette that we used at the beginning, and I'm just going to run the same colors that we used in the beginning under my lash line here. Okay, so I'm using the NYX Milk liner, and it's actually brand new. Don't do that at home, please. Ow. Putting this in our waterline, which is gonna look really creepy and gross, but ooh, see how much bigger my eye looks over there. The best white liner that I've used. Okay, then for the bottom lash line, we're gonna be a little bit crazy and use this like maroon mascara. It's like a little bit different without being like insane. Okay, finally the lips. I'm first going to line my lips. I think I'm gonna use my MAC lip palette. This color, this like pinky one over here, I kind of like. I think I'm just gonna use my finger in it. Okay, and then for a gloss, I want to just see what this one looks like. This is my Chanel. And that looks really pretty. I just kind of want to try a darker pink too, because why not? I hope I don't ruin it with this dark pink. Like, look at how pretty this is. I'm gonna wipe most of it off because I don't want it like super opaque. Ooh, pretty. Yes. Okay, you guys, and this is the finished look.